So the way I train shoulders, the delts are just the same as quad or chest, but the way I train shoulders is totally different because I have to do a lateral raise, and it's so different than a leg press.
Yeah, the mechanism's completely different.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So higher volume for shoulders, higher volume for arms.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Think about each muscle group differently, first things, and then that some little difference, not huge. Not saying, oh, shoulders you have to do 30 reps, and then on chest you have to do 5 reps.
Right, okay.
Nothing like that. But just the way you can get the stimulus in the best way possible. So basically, what I always say is bodybuilding is about lifting the ego out of the door.
Yes.
Not the way you have to, or form focus, but the way you have to train on the skill you are more weak. Think about powerlifters. Powerlifter, when they start training, what happens? They still growing.
Yeah.
They start growing, then they reach a plateau.
Then stop growing.
Because when they get strong, they won't grow anymore.
It's just one dimension then, and it's one dimensional.
Exactly.
Exactly. Very similar to why I've gone back to high volume, because
that's the point.
When I was just not getting any bigger, I was hurting myself.
Exactly.
So going back to the high volume helps me grow again. But then now I still need to be able to be strong as well as that high volume.
Exactly.
That's my next progression of this style of training.
That's
so
why
it's the same, yeah. But
you can say to me, oh, I start training with high volume. High volume is better. It's not better. It's better for you in that specific moment.
This time,
you were weak.
And I could learn the skill to train the muscle.
Exactly.
And now I've got that. I get stronger doing that.
Exactly.
At higher volume.
So I always say, like, balanced physique comes from a not balanced workout.
Yeah.
So if you want a balanced physique, the workout has.
I agree. Yeah.
If you are so much lucky and you have the perfect genetic, where all the muscle groups are as they should be, you can have a balanced workout.
Yeah, a balanced split, but
if not, you have to change something.
Very unlikely that's ever going to happen for most people.
So in your case, let's think about it. The paradox is, if you step on stage as you are, but with little less quads, you will be better.
Yes.
Just as you are, but little less quad. So you're losing something.
Yeah, but there's more balance to physique.
It's more balance.
And make this look potentially bigger.
Exactly.
Because like we were speaking about before, when I pulled the show, the preps, like I pulled the show season, and you were saying, I think you can be better. I can definitely be better, because I was never on stage as big as I could have been. I was always sucked down and small here, but these stayed full. So I'm looking like a smaller body on big legs. So like for me now, it's about improving this, not necessarily to match this, but to leave this alone. I still think I need some more glute and a little bit more hamstring, but that'll come from almost like a posterior day. Just trying to get a bit more density up here this time. Yeah. So when I do come down, like we should have that balance, ideally. Exactly. So I don't think the feedback was always to be bigger, but I don't think I was small. I just didn't think I portrayed a full physique on stage.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of room to do.
Oh, yeah, a lot
of room there. In terms of weight, in terms of balance physique, something you can do and get on stage, like peaking properly, get that dry, explosive look.
Yeah, that's where I look best. Like.
Yeah, that's the whole point. So. But for now, like you did really well on high volume training.
Yeah.
Since now,
but that's only got limitations, I think.
Yeah, there is always limitations.
I feel like I'm coming to not necessarily the end of high volume, but the lighter weights, the slow. I need to now get strong, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Stronger in a higher volume rep range.
Exactly.
So not the 8s to 10s or the 6s, like the 10s to 12s, 15s to 20s. Yeah. Strong there. I think that's what builds the best muscle.
There is a lot to say. That I explained to you. So basically, what I work on is mostly to try to improve as much as possible the stimulus to fatigue ratio.
Okay.
So what it is basically, if I tell you you have to stimulate the muscles, it's so easy. You can get, like, say shoulders. I say you have 2 hours, stay there and do 2 hours of lateral raise. The stimulus is everything you need. Yeah. The stimulus is max. The point is that the limiting factor in bodybuilding is fatigue. Everybody can stimulate 10. Not everybody can recover from 10. Yeah. So most of cases, most of the bodybuilders stimulate 10, recover 7. They grow 7. Yeah. They ain't grow 10.
No, there's not 10, yeah.
They're not growing 10, they're going 7.
Yeah.
So the limiting factor is always fatigue. And fatigue is connected mostly on volume. Volume, in a simple way, is the total number of reps you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, we have different kind of reps. So basically, when you do like 10 reps hack squat with a 10 RM, so the last one is failure, the first reps you're doing are not making you grow.
No.
Are just accumulating fatigue. So I'd say, okay, take a 10 RM, load you can do max 10 reps.
Yeah.
200, whatever, on the hack squat, and do 10 sets on 1 rep, you won't grow. You won't, just 1 rep.
Yeah, because you're not.
It's 10 reps, 10 reps total.
Yeah.
But just 10 sets of 1 rep, you won't grow. Because it's the first rep, it's not stimulating anything.
It's not stimulating, yeah.
If you do the same 10 reps with the same load, but just 1 set of 10, still the same 10 reps, still the same load, you will grow. Why? Because you're doing the first reps and then you're doing the last reps of the set.
Yeah, like effective reps essentially.
Effective reps, that's the point. So that the effective reps are the reps that stimulate the growth. So what you want to do as a bodybuilder is try to have the max amount of effective reps and the less amount of fatigue possible.
Yeah.
All the different training styles comes to this. And it's a training style that is totally different from, let's say, SST, from Patrick Tour. What Patrick does is working on cluster set. What cluster set is I do, let's say, 8 reps, touch failure, I rest 30 seconds, I go again. What I do there, for 4 reps, let's say, are all effective reps.
But then 4 reps are the effective reps,
So just the effective reps. If I do like 8 reps, I rest 3 minutes and I go again. I'm not going to do 4 reps. I'm going to do, let's say, 6, 7.
Yeah, more.
But I'm going to do the same 4 effective reps plus other reps. You know what I mean? So it's going to be 7 reps. The first 3 are just fatigue. The last 4 are effective. Why should I do this? I recover less, I do just effective reps. That's a way to increase the stimulus to fatigue ratio. So that's why I don't like just long straight sets.
Well, yeah, because
I may do sometimes.
There's not a lot of effective reps in that. Or you've got to go along, you've got to fatigue a lot before you get to the effective reps.
Perfect. Yeah, so I prefer, let's do, I want to do a 45 reps on leg press. Or 60 reps on leg press. I do 5 cluster of 15.
But 5 of them, the maximum 7 will be effective.
Exactly.
So the other 53 reps are an accumulation of fatigue, which is going to carry over to the next sessions.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, there are a lot of things to do. So my workout.
This is a long one, but it's gold.
So my entire career is about try to explain why all the different workout styles works. So everything works.
Everything works, but
everything's so different. So which are the common factors?
Well, we're all trying to get the same outcome: effective reps and less fatigue. Like you said, that's it.
So that's all my career is done about that. So I'll tell you. I'll explain why we train.
We'll get into it.
You know there's 6 ways.
So it's like this, and then do you go down like this?
No. Just lateral raise. Go there. Up. Down.
Okay.
And again.
That's a giant set, right? Okay.
So the purpose now is when it comes to training shoulders, the joint is really, really fragile. So that to have this range of mobility that is the most big of our body. Obviously, there are not a huge stabilization when it comes to tendon and ligaments. So that's the most important stabilization is on muscles. So the muscles stabilize a lot. All the muscles, not just delts, but the deeper muscles, the chest, the lats. It all comes, also the biceps, triceps, it all comes with a huge work of stabilization and a huge balance that it is. The biggest problem and the biggest reason why people get injured a lot on the shoulders, also when doing chest, etc., is they broke this balance. So they train delts a lot. So obviously, if you develop some muscles a lot, you broke that balance of stabilization. You can't be stabilized anymore.
I've got it's called right side dyskinesis. So this side's really tight. So this side overcompensates. So when I do a lateral raise, my scapulars
moves a lot. The point is, I need to find a way to create hypertrophy, taking into consideration that the joint is so fragile. That's how he's doing metabolic work, to try to do more metabolic work. I don't like to do so many reps, like 30, 40 reps. What I prefer to do is try to get a failure point on a machine with a good resistance profile, and I keep doing effective reps around on different movements. And using it at the first exercise, as first giant set, to pre-fatigue the shoulders. Then I'll show you later, as the second exercise, a way to create a lot of mechanical tension without risking injuries. That is pretty good. So what we're going to do now, we're going to ramp. So this is the giant set. On that exercise, we're going to ramp up, doing just ramping. So 10 reps, And every time we keep increasing the weight.
Until we can't hit 10?
Yeah,
right.
But on the different rounds. So the first round like that, the second one more weight, the second one more weight, and keep doing that. After each one of these, we're going to do the giant set, trying to reach failure. So what we want to do is, there, we do just the 10 reps, and then there, we try to stay into the burn. The burn it means something to us that is effective reps in that specific case. So try to stay into the burn. Don't try to run away.
Don't try to get just not the numbers. We're just trying to fatigue the muscle.
So people try to stay like that, to run away from the burn, just adding a little break or stay.
Make the rep as hard as like Milo says. Like enjoy the pain. Keep on the pain.
Exactly. That's the point. So we keep doing round until we reach failure. Then it means we can't close all the 10 reps.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Got that. 8, 9, 10, 5, good, 6, 7.
This is horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me 2 more. Yeah. Slow. Stay there. Yeah. Horrible, yeah?
Yeah.
Horrible. So just keep 1-2 breaths before jumping into these.
Yeah.
Just to have more room.
Yeah.
To get fatigue.
It's nice, Ludo. Keep it on. 7, good. Stay in it. Yeah.
Now on these, think about moving the weight outside. And the more you move the weight outside, think about the GH joint to go down.
But down.
It won't go down, but think about it as it has to go down. I'll give you the 2 kilos.
Yeah, but that's a good thing.
Remember, fatigue is your worst enemy.
Yeah, the further you can go, the worse it is.
Yeah.
But the sooner you can get, and like Joe's my client, that's what I say. Like when people are hack squatting, and then bang, they could do that for 10 reps, get 4 reps of constant tension, get out.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing. You don't want to waste your time being in the set longer than you need to.
So I always say, like, first of all, you have to make things harder. Then you progress.
Yes.
It's no sense to try to progress making things easier.
But people don't like that. People don't like that.
No.
Oh, I've brought you 2 kilo dumbbells.
No. It's the best things. If you feel heavy like that.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah.
So bodybuilding is a competition on who lifts less, not more.
Yeah.
It's the total opposite on power lifting.
Yeah.
Who lifts less wins. That's the way. And then you can progress. Just after that.
Yeah.
Making things harder.
Some knowledge bombs coming in today. So Ludo is my sponsor with Rhino Athletics and Rhino Nation. They're basically, for you guys that don't know, they're like an Italian version of, the best way I can describe it is like trained by JP site. Very big in Italy. Ludo's a very established coach. We've had a lot of good athletes, IFBB pros as well and things like that. And been very interested in his training styles and his techniques because these athlete results are catching my eye. We've got some very good athletes that are just morphing. And when I probe him about it and going a bit deeper into it, there's a lot behind it. It's not just, it gives him a training plan and a nutrition plan and he's off and on the way. He's very meticulous about what he needs to do, as you've heard already. So we really want to delve into this style of training and see if there's any things I can pick up out of it from my own training. Because like I said, the high volume is working wonders, but as I've mentioned in other YouTube videos, there's just this little thing where I need to progress further with it. And that the next step is technically lifting a little bit heavier. And this is sort of a combination of them two things, but he just does it over a smaller period of time rather than a longer period of time like I've been doing.
Essential Mix on BBC Radio 1.
Don't drag.
By Fisher.
Yeah. You don't have a certain reps to get.
Yeah, just until it's done.
Stay there. So the next name that Jimmy is going to be as an athlete is going to be Cerberus. Because on the next competition, you're going to have 3 heads.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
need.
the goal. So you know why it is so hard for you? Because you've been training delts since now. You never train shoulders, just delts.
Yeah.
So this kind of movement requires a certain amount of stabilization
More
to
delts,
move.
yeah. I'm very weak in my delts, just because of scapular joint.
Yeah, the more the muscle, the deeper muscles are going to grow. You're going to have first the stabilization effects. You're going to be stronger when you push, when you pull,
yeah.
when you do anything else. But the deeper muscle are going to push the delts out. So the shoulder is going to be more rounded, more complete.
That makes sense because my delts are actually a muscle group that's always responded well.
Yeah.
And I can see that I can have big delts, just how the muscle belly then. But it's like they're just not growing. And I'm thinking, I'm getting fuller and bigger, and I'm thinking, I know I can have big delts, but
they're not rounded.
Yeah, why not? And
yeah.
that's, you know.
So you will see later, I'm going to do some other kind of work. You will feel and experience a deeper burn than usual.
Yeah, this is quite deep for me now already. Like,
okay.
This is like further than it's been for a long time. Maybe I'm just not training hard enough. My delts are burning like I've just got out of the set still. I'm still on fire.
Say, you know those games where people are put into a tube, kinda, with all this money coming.
Oh yeah, he's grabbing the money, yeah.
Yeah, so I say, when you experience this kind of burn, this kind of effort on the last press, it's like being there. Stay there, take all your money.
Keep taking it as much
you
as you can.
You have to think, all money. I'm there, and taking all the money I can.
You work your way there in that sweet spot, stay there.
So the more you take, the more you can get into stage.
Yeah.
The more you stay there, the more you will get to stage.
Yeah.
Bring with you into stage.
Oh.
You go there, you travel to America, you travel around, you invest so much effort, so many days to train, to get ready, to get into stage, and everything you go there goes directly on stage. Yeah. That's it. Okay, so now that's
smiling.
This is going to be fun. It's really different. So I want to have obviously a moment when I can push mechanical tension, more mechanic stress, more heavy load on the muscle. So try to think that each RM, like force you're generating, is a different stimulus you're doing. When I pick a load, I generate a certain amount of force.
Yeah.
Okay. So the different loads, so different amount of force, are different stimulus I'm going to get. So we don't talk about the single stimulus, but in bodybuilding we have different stimulus.
Yeah, multiple.
Okay, so in a simple way, when I, let's say, pick up 8 kilos dumbbell, I get a stimulus. If I work on 15 dumbbells, I get another kind of stimulus. That's why you can grow from 6 reps on hack squat or 20 reps on hack squat.
Yeah.
The point is, how can I get a higher force, so heavy loads on shoulders, without getting injured? Because the first thing that you get, when you work with advanced athletes, is that the more hypertrophic things ever is longevity. Because if you lose, you can't train for 3 months, we lose 3 months of training, we get 3-6 months to get back where we were, and you lose an entire year because you get the same or even worse on stage. So I think we are going to use a super heavy load and try to generate as much force as possible. So I'm going to use 30-40 kilos dumbbells down. We grab the dumbbell and we try to generate as much force as possible. Obviously, it won't move.
Yeah, John Meadows do the same.
John Meadows
he liked the same sort of thing with the dumbbells.
With partials.
Very heavy, just trying to create.
It's kind of similar. Yeah. It's not. John Meadows did something on the Smith press, pushing and up to the roof of the Smith.
Right, okay.
It can't be moved.
Right, I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's trying to
So I try
to
do an isometric, try to express the max force outputs possible. With some dumbbells, I can't move.
But you're still trying to generate force through that load.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in that way, I'm going to use the max force output possible.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that stimulus on the muscle.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we put 40-something kilos on the floor. In that case, we don't have enough bench. We try to put them up, and then we do with 8 kilos or something. We do 20 reps.
Right. Okay.
So 20 seconds on max force output.
So what? So it's an isometric. 20.
I'll show you. It's simple to show you.
You see, Ludo's got 34s there for the isometric hold, but the 8s are going to be my isometric hold here today.
It's that way.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So stay there and try to do 20 seconds. Then I'm going to use these. So I try to get into the bench. It would be better. Staying there, try to.
And then you're just generating as much
and
force
what you have
through
to
that.
think about is try to get you down on the bench as you want to broke the bench.
So I'm trying to just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I get that. I get that.
I want 20 reps with these. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, Jimmy. Try to break the bench. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Stay there. Yeah. Goes down. Yeah, it goes down. The more you go up, the more it goes down.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I like being able to force as much load from this position here without feeling you have to compromise, like bringing trapping.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you can just focus on keeping it there. Whereas if you're going to try and lift a heavier load, naturally you're going to, like I'm coming up there, you're not going to be able to keep that.
Exactly. Less injury, more perfect form, and you get the exact amount, the max amount force.
Yeah, you're still getting the same force for the muscle. Yeah, because you're still,
So you get
and
that kind of
there's no momentum, so it's staying the same all the way through.
Exactly. So I always say to people, you see people doing 40 kilos dumbbell press. Yeah. I say, if you really have 40 kilos on dumbbell press, do it and lift it like that.
Yeah, you'll be able to lift it.
If you're really able, if it's your load,
yeah, it's very
like
similar to I'll get my clients to do the 5 properly, and they can like get to here.
Yeah.
You're not lifting that properly. Yeah?
Exactly. The second one is going to be 15 seconds.
Right. Okay.
So we're going to have more fatigue.
Right.
And we don't want to lose force.
No. Big delts, big delts, big delts. Yes. Nice. Yeah, good. We're in it now. We're in it. Exactly where we need to be here.
So when I do these, I imagine like adding some chains and try to get myself into the
So you're
floor.
pulling yourself into the floor.
Yeah.
And you're trying to almost pull yourself down into the floor.
Exactly. As I can
rather than lift
break the
yourself
floor.
up. Right, so you're pulling yourself down.
It's all about exteroception, like this kind of mental tricks.
Yeah.
To don't break the form.
Yeah.
Because if you think up, you're going to do that. You can't run away from this. So think down. 2, 1. Come on. Max. Imagine some chains. Break the chains.
Oh.
Come on, Jimmy. 2, 1. Okay. That was good. You know, when it comes to, do you watch football?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have your favorite team?
Yeah.
Okay. So you cheer for that team. So when it comes to, when I step into the gym, there is me versus some exercises. Me versus a leg press. Yeah. So the whole point is, there is your muscles and your leg press, like 2 teams.
Yeah.
Who are you cheering with?
Yeah, that's it. Obviously the muscle against the machine, yes.
But you have to support the machine, not the muscles. So that's
okay.
You know, people comes and it's me versus the leg press.
Yeah.
I battle the leg press. It's not about it.
Right.
It's being on the leg press. It's you versus the muscle. So you want the leg press to win. Because at the end, the exercise will win because you reach failure.
Yeah, you're always going to reach failure.
So the exercise is going to win. So you have to cheer for the exercise. And it's something so simple to think about, but it changed everything. Because if I get there, I say, oh yeah, I have to do like 10 reps. So I focus on doing 10 reps. I'm going to focus on the exercise, not into muscle.
Yes, yeah.
If I go there and I see, I need these dumbbells to be as heavy as possible on the muscle because I want to destroy the muscle.
Yeah.
And cheering for them.
Yeah, so it's the same as I teach my guys. It's like, don't think of exercises, weight and reps. Think of it as, how can I make that work the muscle as effectively as possible?
Exactly.
And destroy the muscle. So you're wanting that to win.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Yeah, it's the same as I say, just in a different way.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're always going to get 10 reps with that.
Yeah.
Because mentally, when you look in your logbook, I used to look in my logbook and I'd say, I need to do 10 reps with 6 plates on the hack squat. There's no way that I'm going to do 10 perfect reps. In my mind, I'm also almost going to cheat and be like, I'll get 3 reps out of the way. You know, so you're just trying to get to that 10.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not trying to think of like
the muscle.
You're thinking of the wrong narrative. It needs to be the other way around.
Precisely.
So yeah, it's very different today, but I really, really like it. I say transitioning from like the higher volume style to the higher volume, heavy sort of style, like this is perfect for me. I really like it. It's always good to try new things. Like we were speaking before, new stimulus.
So these shoulder session for me is more like load, and more kind of unconventional work.
Yes.
Just work more the stabilizing part.
Yeah.
And all it comes because when you shoulder press,
Yeah.
Obviously you have the load coming on that direction.
Yeah.
So I want to do, this kind of work comes from rehab and physiotherapy, obviously to work all the shoulder.
To work the joint, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to train on a shoulder press, but training on the stabilization of the extra rotation movement. So all the muscles that external rotate the shoulders.
Right, yeah.
So I'm going to do a shoulder press. It's going to be with the force on the wrong direction. And I call it a weirdo press.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
What do you call it? Weirdo press.
So it's that one.
Right.
So you're going to do 10 reps
Right,
of these.
okay, so the load's pulling you this way, you're
Exactly.
pulling it back, but you're
So
pressing also.
basically-
Full range of motion.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So basically, I'm not doing any effort on that direction.
No.
My effort is to
The
stabilize the
external,
movement
yeah.
on external.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do 10 reps of these, then I stop there, and I'm doing 10 reps of external rotation. Then I go there, and I go to finish with an upright row. So on that one.
Right, okay. So with this, so for example, if I go into a double bicep or a back double bicep, I really struggle to get that.
Exactly.
So my lats can never quite pop, or it goes into my rear delt.
Exactly.
So this is going to help for that.
It's going to help, but the thing is, it's going to work all the external rotation muscles that's going to pop all the shoulder out. Some muscle that work as external rotation are real delts and also lateral delts. In that position, they're on top
You get me right.
of the
and
movement.
it's just a different, again,
Angle.
a different force, a different
So
stimulus.
I work a muscle that used to be an agonist, main muscle, main character.
Yeah.
I work it as a stabilization
in a different way,
muscle.
yeah.
And it helps with all the balance. You will feel it.
Yeah, no.
You'll feel it. So it's going to be more.
I can feel it, Ludo.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah, that's it. Stay in the back. Drag, not drag.
It's hard to explain. It's like I'm training my shoulder. Like it's almost, it's internal, not just external. Like if I train a delt, yeah, I get a pump, but this is like deep internal.
The important thing is that you have to remember always that it's not just the humerus moving, but we have the scapula and the humerus moving together.
Yeah.
So try to have a more balanced, a more synergic movement.
Yeah.
Scapula and the humerus together.
Moving together. Just a healthier joint, a stronger joint.
That's the
better
point.
movement, more stabilization.
Shit. It's time to grow. Oh. Easy, come on. Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, I like that. It's hard work. I like hard work. Do you know? So it's like, I feel like a lot of programs or a lot of training is like, oh, don't work too hard. Don't do too much. Like that's enough, that's enough.
Yeah.
Whereas that's like hard.
Yeah.
And I like that.
You have to, obviously the first time is like thinking a lot. So spending a lot of energy about thinking what you have to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. But when you get used to this kind of movement, you go there, you can focus on just pushing.
Yeah,
It's like a train. You have to take the train and make the train on the fucking track.
Yeah.
And then you can push the train.
Yeah.
If it's not on the track, you can't push.
Yeah, but no
So
direction, yeah.
you need to get used, and then you can
Yeah.
push. And when you can push, it's going to be
And you just don't think about it, it's all there, it's, yeah.
exactly. So we're going to do a 3-set there.
Yeah.
To be pushed down, bent over, push down, and then overhead extension.
yeah, okay.
So pretty simple. We're
Yeah.
going to train each range of motion.
Yeah.
10, 10, 10. We ramp up the load till we get failure.
So we can, yeah.
For overhead extension, I want you to go out.
Yeah, you're going out there, weren't you?
Yeah, just out. So we're adding something there.
Yeah.
We're going, still doing 10, 10, 10, but we're going 10 reps, then we squeeze hard for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Then we're going 10 reps, bent over, push down. Then we're going to do the overhead extension. We start doing 10-second stretch, and then we do as many as possible.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you implement a lot of the squeezes on your training?
Yeah.
So I tend to do it like after a chest. Like Neil Hill, not Annie Rambod.
Yeah.
So
That's
like
a lot.
the sort of like.
I like it.
Yeah.
So what I like is to jump between dynamic and static positions. So let's say I do 10 reps of chest flies, that 10-second squeeze, again 10 reps. So reps, squeeze, or reps, stretch, reps, stretch.
Yeah.
So these jumps between dynamic and stretches or the dynamic and static positions makes a huge impact on pump. So basically it's just closing the muscle, then letting the blood come in. Then closing again and letting the blood come in.
Yeah.
So I like to implement a lot. 3, 2, 1. You feel weak now. Super weak. 2, 1. Now out. You know the 21s?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Right.
Not 777. There'll be 12 reps on the upper part, 12 reps complete, and 12 reps on the bottom.
Okay.
Then the second set, we put a little more weight and we do 10, 10, 10.
Right, okay.
The other one, more weight, 8, 8, 8.
Right, yeah.
So 12, 10, 8.
So like 7's just harder.
Yeah, it's just the idea.
The 21s was just too easy.
Exactly.
So do 36 instead.
We want to go more. How you feel?
Yeah, good. I feel like a lot fuller there now.
That's all it takes, though. When it comes to training with a higher frequency, the stress, it's not perfect. Tuck.
But that's why it's important that everything's perfect and there's no wasted reps, because you got that, yeah.
So imagine hypertrophy is really simple. Is what people don't understand is hypertrophy is a signaling process. It's like getting a message to the system, like you have to grow.
Yeah.
That's all what hypertrophy is.
That's all it is, yeah.
So the point is, imagine you have to send a letter. You obviously go to the post office, you pay, you send a letter, hi, I'm Jimmy, I'm this tall, and you send the letter to me. I receive the letter, I open, and I read, okay, it's Jimmy, his name is Jimmy, he's tall, I got the message, that's it.
Yeah.
If you keep sending me the same letter, I am Jimmy, I'm told this, I'm Jimmy, I'm not getting any new information.
Yeah.
You're still paying the post office though. So that's what is the problem with high volume training. Is you all the same information, you give it to the muscle, but you create fatigue.
Yeah.
That's what people don't grow. Because you go on the same stimulus, you get the same messaging,
constantly,
but you
all
fatigue.
the time.
So you stimulus 10, you fatigue, you recover 5, you grow 5, not 10.
Yeah. I was saying to Joe that I've had sleep apnea for a long time.
Yeah.
Like even though I'm yawning there. I get my new machine today. So I'm going to start having a CPAP machine.
This night?
From now, yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm like maybe sleeping like 2 hours a night probably. Like I'm sleeping 9, but I'm not sleeping 9. So I think
you can't recover.
And I've had it for years. So and I feel like now, and I think that's why I feel so good in prep. In prep I feel amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's because I don't have it.
Yeah, you wait less.
So I feel like that might be a massive tool.
Massive.
Like because my recovery, I'm probably recovering 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely 10.
So there is a book that is named in English, I think, is Why We Sleep.
Yeah.
Just read it.
Yeah.
It's like.
It's like a superpower.
Exactly. As high as you can. Yeah. Stay there. Reach failure. I say stop. Go beyond the 8 reps. Go beyond. Yep. Keep control. Drag. Yeah. That's it. Sweet. It's done. Yeah?
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I did.
Different.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's just like, I understand it, especially like the mesocycles as well.
Yeah.
I think I've always been intrigued with that because I do feel, especially with the push-pull leg guys, like nothing happens after a while. Like
exactly.
You're not going anywhere. So that's the training done. Essentially, it was 5 exercises, with like a massive amount of sets. So volume-wise, it's a lot more than well, that's like my peak volume is that. So it's very interesting. I feel my arms feel pumped anyway. My shoulders have settled down a little bit now, so I won't really be able to pause. I'm too fucked. All right, guys, so that's session done. Something completely different there, but making a lot of sense. So like I said, obviously the high volume's taken me to this point, and then I need to transition into not necessarily heavy training, but higher volume, looking for more load on areas like my chest, my delts, my back, things that I do generally connect well with, but just need to be able to be sensible enough to get up to them loads, but using muscle only and not just moving away from A to B, which is like I've done in the past before. Injury prevention and just hitting the muscle in different ways. So again, rather than being like one-dimensional, like Ludo's very good at, hitting the muscle in different ways. And like I said, his athletes, the results he's getting with his athletes, his Italian athletes especially, are very good. Like really catching my eye, really noticeable. And just listening to him speak there and some of the things and models he's using, it just does make a lot of sense. It's also just not one generic thing either. It's constantly changing and constantly evolving towards a particular athlete, not just like a set model which people keep going through. So something different. Hope you enjoyed it. I don't really know. Next time we do a full day of eating or something next time. Because we haven't done one of them in a while. Calories are just not super high, like 750 carb, 400 protein, like maybe 100 fat, something like that. So very comfortable, just holding like 250 pounds of that really. So I need to increase my food. But obviously at the minute, it's always the case in this point of my beginning of off season or when I'm in a recovery phase, like chest drops off, shoulders drop off, midsection looks a little bit wider. It's not really up until I get leaner that anything really pops. So be interested to see this time if you just do it a little bit slower rather than jump straight back up to like 285. Just take all the time to get up there a little bit leaner and a little bit more conscious about actually building muscle rather than just putting size on for putting size on sake, because it does need to stick. Any questions, drop them below, because there was a lot of information there. I'm sure these videos might be quite long actually, but there's a lot of good bits or nuggets of gold in there, I'd call them, for what Ludo put in there. So like and subscribe as always. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.